We got the strap today. A sad, unfortunate video today. We ended up losing a cow. Hurts for anybody, but boy, you really feel it when you only got a handful, a small herd. That ain't very fun, but anyway, we got to go get her taken care of and hauled out. That's, yeah. You find a critter like that, and the sad part is, you know, you're not done there. You got to tend to her and take care of them and get them put in the right spot. So that's what we're doing today on Jarzinka Farms. Let's toss the strap in and start grabbing chains. We're going to need all the chains we can get, probably. Courtney's going to take the side-by-side with the chains, and we're going to hop in the loader. We got a spot kind of out north of the house. There's a big hole, kind of a washout. That's the spot where we take stuff to rest. Usually, if you leave them lay, the coyotes and whatnot will get to them and just throw bones everywhere, and I don't really want to be reminded of it and just have everybody see that. So that spot out north will be a lot better for her. Courtney's already got the gate open. Let's maybe go scope her out first and see. I don't know how I can get down there with the tractor. Go down to the bottom. Somebody parked?
Falling.
Oh, you're not kidding, are you? Well, we're at the scene of the crime here, and I found her last night actually late, right at dark, so we didn't have time to take care of her, and then had to go to work today, so we're back here the next night. And she puffed up quite a bit more from the condition she was in yesterday, so maybe it wasn't that long. I thought it was a couple days already when I found her that she had been dead, but now I'm thinking I found her pretty quick because she looks a lot different now. But I'll show you what she got caught in here, and otherwise I'll show you some, but probably won't show you a whole lot. So if you guys don't want to see a cow in this condition, probably skip ahead or just quit watching here, I guess. This is what you can see. She just got herself stuck in that ditch here and couldn't get herself up out. It's too dang bad. It makes you wonder, you could fill this ditch and, you know, at least it'll last till it washes out again, but we could leave it as is and, you know, hopefully, maybe, probably not have another problem, but you just never know. So literally all it is along the fence line here, there's kind of a wash where the water runs when it rains. This is kind of a big hill on this side, and the water rushes and kind of runs this way. So this is a cutout. That's a ditch. I don't know how deep it is, but it actually looks pretty deep. I would imagine it's a foot, or, you know, I don't know, about 2 feet, but maybe with the mud it's probably 2 foot deep. And I imagine she was just walking through here and either got hung up or slipped and lost a leg underneath her and couldn't get out. But it always amazes me what kind of predicaments cattle can get themselves into, and truly shows you how fragile they can be. It doesn't take a whole lot to get them in a bad situation, and once they get on their side or get stuck on their belly or whatnot, it doesn't take long for them to go, it seems like. If we found her right away when it happened, you know, you always think you probably could have saved her, but again, it doesn't take very long. So dang it, this one we didn't save, but we'll get her hauled out of here, and then we'll have to come back and talk about what her plan is for a calf. She was nursing a calf, so that's a whole nother predicament. Well, enough talking about it. Let's just let's get it done. Let's take a look at what she was on here.
I think her front legs were in there, and that's where.
No, I think this was all. She was all right here, but look how sloppy and slick that is. I don't think she would lay there. I mean, you never know, but my guess is that she was walking through there and had to climb up on this mound, but slipped. And once they get their feet underneath them and can't get them out, that's all she wrote. Who really knows? But either way, it ain't good. But that's crazy. That's all it takes. Pretty wild. You put a lot into these critters to keep them healthy and keep them nice, and something crazy like that happens. really makes you not know what to think. A lot of questions why, but like they all say, if you're gonna have livestock, you're gonna have dead stock, unfortunately. This was our first cow that we've lost. We've had cattle 5 years now, just ourselves. It's the first one of our own that we lost. That really hurts. Unfortunately, probably won't be the last. Hooking the legs like that and flipping the grapple around actually worked pretty good. Just a not fun job. Let's maybe go take a look at this calf quick just to see his condition. It looks kind of sad, but he's doing good. This is her calf here. And we've got 2 other cows and 2 calves here. This is actually at home. If you guys been following along, these are the cows we just hauled home. So pretty unfortunate for, yeah, either way, just bad for this to happen. These are actually the bigger calves, so the hope is, you know, they're the older ones. So if that calf's got to get weaned now, he should be just fine as big as he is. Shoot, that sucker's probably for sure 300 pounds, out somewhere close to 4, I bet already. They're doing good. That number 34 calf that lost the mama, he'll figure it out, and he'll probably be nabbing some snacks from these other 2 cows, which they're heavy milkers, so they'll do just fine. Couldn't we what?
Just put them out in the pasture.
The calf? You probably could.
That way he has more cows to rob off.
Yeah.
So now we're going down the road. We're gonna open the gate to pasture, and we're gonna drive all the way to the back, and that's where she'll be. But I did mention to Judd about possibly putting up a hot wire around that. It is a pretty long area, and it is pretty deep, and I'd hate for those other cows or calves to get stuck in there. So after we get done dumping her around, we might just run a hot wire quick. Won't make it actually hot, but just having a fence up would keep them out of there so this doesn't happen again, hopefully.
Just a couple days after we found that cow, we ended up pinning these 2 cows and the 3 calves out of that hillside where that cow got stuck. For the last couple days, these guys have just been eating the weeds in the yard here. If you can see the far feedlot there where we calve, I actually seeded that to teff earlier this summer, and it looks like it's growing pretty good. So I think we're gonna make a little cross fence in there to only give them just a little bit, maybe like 1/10 of an acre. Get them started eating that. This other calf is doing good that lost his mama. We'll continue to keep an eye on him, but he looks like he's in really good shape. He's this back calf right here. Got a pretty good belly. Looks like he's getting by. Must be eating rich too. He's got a kind of a dirty butt. I think that guy will fend just fine on his own. We'll kind of set up this alleyway here. We'll probably leave this gate open so they can go in there, even though, yeah, looks like a lot of weeds. Probably should come shred in there. And I think we'll swing these panels closed, and then, yeah, the feedlot's right here. We'll open that gate and just give them a little bit. So here's the teff grass in the feedlot here. My plan is, this whole feedlot is fenced like you guys have seen. Maybe we'll go clear, let's see, 1, 2, 3 posts out, and then run a cross fence to the cedar trees over there. Give them this for however amount of time. We're getting late in the year. I don't know if this is going to do any regrowth, so if that's the case, maybe I'll just keep moving that line down, just making sure they're eating it. Or we do have the option, if we want to shut that off and make another alleyway and keep doing that all the way down, you know, maybe we'll do some rotational grazing. To be determined. We'll see how they treat this first little bit, but we got to get the supplies, and we'll get a hot wire strung out and turn them in here. I got the insulator wired up to this post. You guys will probably wonder why I don't just hook into the electric fence here on the perimeter fence. And the main reason there is the weeds are growing up so much around it. Not so much down this way, but just on this north side here. that it's pretty grounded out. There's not a lot of juice to it. So I'm gonna leave that fence off, bring another fencer in here for this cross fence. And my hope is that the cattle will come in here and either trample this down along the fence, and then any future moves with this cross fence, I can just hook right into the perimeter electric fence. That's the hope anyway, but for right now we're gonna do it separate and bring in a different fencer. We'll just try to pick a post out over here and try and keep it straight. Boy, there's spots where this tough grass is already starting to head out. It actually looks pretty good. Man, it kind of makes me wonder if we shouldn't have cut and baled this, but I think it'll do good as cow feed. Shoot, we got, what, it's mid-August now, so we got a couple months of pasture yet before any stocks come available, so they'll need to be in here for a while. That's pretty straight. I think that'll be a good amount for them. Probably even a little big for a couple head, but that's where we're going to start. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm just using these step-in stakes. You just kind of hook them and find a good piece of ground and push them in. I think they'll respect this. It's maybe a little high right here, about right at waist height, but I think they'll have plenty to eat over here. They won't push through, and even if a calf slips under there, they can't go anywhere, so it'll be all right. The moment of truth here. Let's see. Nothing? Come on. It's been cloudy, so maybe that's the case. Dang it. Well, that's a bummer. I just wonder, it's been cloudy the last few days. I wonder if that's the problem. I think we're just gonna leave it in here and let it charge once the sun burns off. It's supposed to get clear this afternoon, so hopefully it'll charge up. We'll check it then. I think we're gonna just let it be and turn them in here. Let's maybe grab their mineral feeder too, and we'll shut them out of the yards for a while. Maybe we'll try and get this tank cleaned. It's not too bad, but we'll just pull the plug and let it drain and freshen it up for them. It's not perfect, but it's a lot better than it was. Oh yeah, you guys like that stuff. I just can't stop being a big fan of this teff grass. It grows easy in the middle of summer, and then the cattle and the horses love it. I'd say the only one downside that I found is it just doesn't like a lot of grazing pressure, or hoof traffic maybe you would call it. Seems like when they step on it, it tromps down pretty easy and really doesn't like to come back from that. So that's maybe the one downside, but as far as easy to grow, if you guys got anything else for me to try or think about, drop it below. I'd love to hear it. These guys are gonna do good out here. We'll take one more look at that calf here. This is number 34 calf that lost his mom, but he's doing just fine. That was another reason I wanted to bring the biggest calves over here, is this hot wire. I was worried some of those smaller calves would slip under. These calves are so tall already that I think they'll obey it just like the cows. Well, with that, I think I'm gonna let you guys go. I really appreciate you watching. I hope you're all doing well out there, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching Jarzinka Farms.